Hi ladies, Jaki Sabourin here, and I want to talk to you today about 4 tips for great first dates. And what I'm going to start doing for those of you who are following me and those of you who are just new to me is to create these videos on Thursday night as your date night videos, because I know it's right before the weekend. And so in order for me to help you to become really prepared for your dates this coming weekend, I'm going to create the content on these live calls that I'm recording them on Facebook Live right now, all about your dates and what you're going through and how to be more prepared, and just topics around dating. And so you expect a little change in my content on Thursday to make it date night videos so that you're prepared for the dates you have this weekend. Okay, so I'm excited about sharing this topic for great first date tips. And before I do want to share that with you, I want to just talk about a little bit about me. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jaki Sabourin. I'm an executive love coach, and I teach women how to deliberately date and consciously create the man of their dreams. And so what does that really mean? Deliberately date and consciously create. And so deliberate dating is when you have set an intention, you're very clear on what it is you're wanting to create in a relationship, you've taken the time to get clear about that, and then you are spending time cultivating those qualities in yourself that's going to attract a man that is going to be a match for you. So you're being more deliberate in everything you do and everything you say so that your actions match your words, which I talk so much about men's actions matching their words. Deliberate on your part needs to be the same thing. Your thoughts, words, and deeds all need to be congruent so that you can have what you want. And so being deliberate in that, instead of thinking dating as duty dating, doing it because you're going through the motions to go on so many dates to have certain experience, deliberate dating is just much more using the law of attraction. And so that you'll use the power of that energy to draw your men to you. And it's more energy efficient, and it's just more deliberate. And so it's just more intentional, and it's going to be much more fulfilling because you have an intention around what you're doing. And so that's leading me to my first tip. Know why you're dating. So tip number 1 is, why are you on the date to begin with? So before you go on your date, you want to get really crystal clear on why you're going on that date so that you have the experience that you want to have. And so always checking in with your ideal man list, making sure that you know what your deal breakers are, and you are really clear on the path. You're committed to your path, to calling in your soulmate. I'm passionate about teaching women that want to get into a committed relationship or married. That's really what my objective is in my business and in my life, because I have wanted that for myself. And so I was struggling with being single for 8 years and noticing that I was doing some duty dating, but I wasn't deliberate in my intentions. And so I started to shift and change and saw a lot of results in a very short amount of time by doing that. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching you how to do it as well. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you here. Thank you for being here. And so the first tip is to be clear on why you're going on that date to begin with. So make sure you pull out your list and go through it, because it's easy to get off track when you meet a guy that's really handsome, or maybe he's charming, he's very nice, but he has younger children. And you don't want younger children, because your children are grown and gone, and you want a man with children that are at a certain age. So you really need to constantly be looking at it, not to check in with necessarily the things that are there, more about to keep you on track so that you don't fall for something. You need to stand for everything that you want and not fall for the little details. So be really clear about what you want when you go on the date. And that's going to really help you to notice any red flags that come up. And it also, it's really being more in your integrity. If you think about it, Being more deliberate is being more in your integrity, because if you really do want to be committed in a committed relationship and married, you need to be in your integrity. You need to stand for something and not fall for everything. You need to keep your word to yourself, most importantly, because when you do that, you will create a synergy around the law of attraction, and you'll draw men to you much faster. When you're conflicted and you make exceptions when you're dating, it really causes you a lot of problems, and it's really the long path. And I know sometimes it's hard because you meet somebody, like I just said, that's good looking or charismatic and seems to have some of the qualities that you want, but that's the long path, and you settle for something that's not entirely what you want. And I see this happening with a lot of women, and why I wanted to talk about this and go into a little bit more depth into this first tip, being clear. Because when you're not clear, or as soon as you become clear, you don't follow that, you suffer. So when you know what you want and you don't follow that, you suffer. You pay a high price for that. It comes out in time, which is the most precious asset you have, not money. It's time, because our time is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. You only have right now. That's all that we know for sure. And so using your time wisely is the greatest thing that you can do for yourself. And so another reason is just putting yourself first. Like, if you don't put yourself first, why would a man put you first? So you have to start putting yourself first. That's so important. And hi, Nat. Nice to see you here. And hi, Nick. Great to see you. Hi, girls. And so I'm just talking about, knowing why you're dating in the first place, and being more deliberate and being in your integrity about what it is you want within yourself. So it really starts here. The integrity starts here. And as soon as you discover that the man is not a fit for you, then you need to move on to the next man. As soon as that becomes, I was talking with the woman earlier, and she was in a relationship with a man for a year and a half and found out he was separated. And that's very painful for her, because she's suffering now, because she's in love with him and he loves her, but he's still married to someone else. And so that's a big conundrum to find yourself in. So as soon as you know the truth, and I think, I can't remember one of the authors that's famous for saying this, but as soon as you know the truth, you have to make a decision. So that's why it's so good to stay really clear about what you want. You will get there faster, and it is a short path. So know why you're dating. So now you're ready to go on the date. You're really clear. You want to be in a committed relationship, and you know what your deal breakers are. And the second tip is to show up as yourself and be real and be authentic, and expect him to connect to you on that level. And so showing up as yourself is all about not feeling like you need to put on a show for him, and not to dim your light in any way, and not be afraid to disagree with him. Sometimes we're agreeable because we want people to like us, and that's all about being codependent, and it's not really being who you are. And a man really does want to see who you are. And so sometimes a little disagreement or a little banter in the about what you don't agree with him really makes things playful and fun. And so don't be afraid to have an opinion. I would stay away from politics and religion, of course, but have an opinion about the light and silly things, about whether or not tomatoes are good for you, or the flavor of something, or whether or not you should wear perfume, or whatever it is. You can be a little sassy, because men like that, because it shows that you have a point of view and you're not afraid to share that. Again, it's not a hard line. You're not taking a hard line, but you're definitely maybe question some of his thinking, and be playful about it. And you could say things like, I'm not so sure I'm buying into that. I might need some proof. You think you could prove that to me? And, that maybe he's good at something. And so you just tease him a little and give him a hard time. Men love to give each other a hard time. They're always punching each other and high-fiving and really razzing each other. Well, men actually like that. My husband likes it, and it makes him laugh. And so I really encourage you to be yourself and let your personality come out, and be curious about that person across from you. And so the next tip that I want to give you is, this is an important one: dress to impress. Okay. Hi, Terry. Nice to see you here. Thank you, Nick. So dress to impress, have your dating outfit set up in advance. This is really helpful. And maybe you do this already, but if you're not doing it, you're really missing out. Because when it comes time to, you might get a last minute offer. And I don't think last minute dates are all that bad. I'm not judging those. It really depends on the circumstances, right? Maybe you have dated him before and he calls you out of the blue and says, hey, I just wrapped up work early. Are you available by any chance? You want to grab a glass of wine? And you can be like, sure, I'd love to. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Don't be so rigid in your thinking. So dress to impress. And in order to dress to impress him, because men are visual creatures, they love to look at women. They love women in all shapes, colors, and sizes. Men just love women. So use the power of your beauty and your femininity, your unique qualities. And by doing that, show that in how you show up, how you take care of yourself. And so have 3 dating outfits prepared, hanging up in your closet. I literally did this. Everything that I share with you is things that I did. So I had a dress, I had a necklace literally hanging on the hanger or in a little bag right there. I had the shoes. So if I got an offer to go out on a date, I went into my closet and there was 3 things that I would choose: my jeans and a pretty blouse with maybe some big hoops and a nice pair of sandals. Or I would have my dress with my really beautiful necklace and the purse and the shoes that went with it and a shawl. Or I would have that third outfit that would maybe be really casual, like it was super casual, maybe a denim jacket and a casual dress with a pair of flats or little booties. And so have those 3 outfits ready. And I know the seasons are changing, so you want to update your dress to impress 3 dating outfits and have those ready. And it's really fun to do that because here's the thing. Go through your closet. Spring is upon us now, and get rid of everything that you don't wear and just keep a small wardrobe of things that look fantastic on you, your most recent things that you love to wear, and just keep re-wearing those. I mean, you've seen me all wear this top many times. I love this top and I wear it a lot because I love it. So I change out the accessories. But this is a great top. So I have cleaned out my closet and I only have the things that I really love and look good on me in there, and the rest of them I let go of. So don't have a big full closet of clothes you're not wearing. Skinny it down to the best things and just keep repurposing those and get your dressed to impressed wardrobe together. Men love the shoulders. This is a really great neckline for dating because what it does is it reveals a lot of skin, but it doesn't really reveal anything. And so this is a really sensual, sexy top. You can be really flirty and dial it up a little bit without really revealing too much, but you're revealing just the right amount of skin. So that's why I love these off-the-shoulder tops. They're still really in. You're going to see a lot of them this summer. Make sure you get a red one, a white one, and a black one maybe. And just keep repurposing those. And so that's the third tip. So the fourth one is a really important one is letting him lead. Letting a man lead. Right away, there's so many benefits to this. And let me tell you what the benefits are. First of all, it's going to show you very quickly who he is going to be in the relationship. He's going to take the lead and be the alpha, or is he a beta? Now, neither of those roles are wrong. It's just if you want an alpha male, you need to stay in the receiving position so that he can step into it. If you go to lead, be the cruise director of your date, he's going to back off and go ahead and let you do that because, that's what men do. And he may not see you as a partner because he doesn't see where he's going to fit into your life because you're wanting to lead everything. So get used to being in the receiving mode and enjoy that. It feels so good to let a man give to you. And so what this looks like is if you're going with him in his car, maybe it's a second or third date and you're comfortable with that, you let him open the door for you and you sit in the car until he opens the door. Literally, you just sit there and wait. I went on a date with my husband last night and I sat in the car. Now, we don't always do this, but on our date nights when we go to dinner, then it's different. There's a different protocol. So you're on a date, it's a different protocol. Like when we're running errands and going to the store, we're getting our errands done on the weekend, I don't wait for him to open the door. We have an agreement. We just both jump out and both jump back in. But when we're going on a date, going somewhere together to spend time together, he always gets the door. So I sit there and wait. Last night, I just sat there and waited, and he came around, he opened the door, and I put my hand out, and he helped me out. But that's when you can make a first contact with a man. I definitely recommend that you put your hand out so that he will take your hand and help you out of the car. Even if you don't need help. Remember, you want him to give to you and lead, so you have to put yourself in that receiving position so he assumes, he's inspired to step into that leadership and see you as someone he wants to take care of. The moment that Michael took my hand and helped me out of the car, he was in leader position. He was leading me, guiding me into the restaurant and taking care of me. It like inspired him, that protect and provider instinct in him, by me putting myself in that position. So it's a really powerful tool. So if you're meeting a man outside the restaurant, let him get the door to go in. Don't open the door. If you go up to the hostess desk and you're waiting for him, make sure you don't go up and announce that you're there and that you check in. Don't do that, because that's taking away from his leadership, right? You're leading. So don't go up to the hostess desk under any circumstances and announce to the hostess that you're there, because when he gets there and you say, I've already let them know we're here, you've already taken the leadership role. You're in the masculine energy. And so going to the table, don't order for him. Don't make suggestions about the menu. He's a grown man. He doesn't need you to suggest anything. He's got this. What you could do is ask him when he suggests, like, have you been here before? And if you have, what do you recommend? And what do you think I should get? And ask him, ask for his opinion on things. And when he gives you his opinion, you can compliment him on it. Thank you. That's really interesting. I hadn't considered it that way. Even if it's maybe something you don't agree with, it's more like, I hadn't really considered that. Thank you. I'll have to give that some thought. But yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Thank you for sharing that with me. So it's just showing appreciation and gratitude. And that's going to keep him in that position of giving to you, because appreciation and gratitude is what men want from women. They want respect. When you show that, they're inclined to give you more. So you're really leading them into giving you more by staying in that receiving position. And so those are my 4 tips for making a first date, a second date, a third date great. Really, they apply to all dates. And I still use those on my dates with Michael. And of course, the last tip I'm going to give you, it's probably the most important tip, is to remain present. So what do I mean by that when I say to remain present? It's like, what does that mean? So being present is really powerful. So what I mean by that, if for those of you who don't get it, and it's okay that you don't, is by being in the now. So right now, I'm in the now, I'm in my body. The way you can be present is to anchor into your body. Squeeze your leg while you're on the date. If you start to drift into your mind, use your body as your anchor, because your body's in the be here now. And that's why you want to use your body. Stay in your body. If you have resistance to getting into your body, maybe you have you need to love your body more. Your body is such a beautiful thing. It's carrying you around. It's providing you with this tool so you can experience the life that you came here to experience. Our body is our home. It's where we live. You want to stay in that. So make peace with your body, love your body, because it's doing a terrific job at helping you manifest all these wonderful experiences you're going to have. And so being present is not drifting into your mind. It's not going into your thinking about what he's saying. When you start to think about what a man's saying, you're not present present anymore to what he's saying. You're actually starting to form a response to what he's saying, which takes you out of listening mode. So I'm going to say that again. When you're talking to a man and he's sharing something with you, if you notice you started to drift about what he's saying or about what you have to do, your to-do list, or what you're going to order, or that you're hungry, you stop listening in that moment, and you're going to miss things. You're going to miss things he says and how he says them. And what he's sharing with you is providing you with a lot of insights on whether or not you want to see him again, or you see a future with him. So as soon as you leave your body, leave the conversation and go into your mind, you miss out on whatever it is that he's sharing. And in that sharing, he's providing you little nuances, little ticks, little pieces of information about this puzzle that you're trying to put together. And so there's so much wisdom and value in staying present. It's just so critical that you stay present in the now. First of all, that's where all your power is sourcing from, is in the moment. But if in your mind, you're sourcing from your past experiences, and there's no evolution in that, because those are things you've already experienced. Your mind's going to produce thoughts about things that you've already experienced, or judgments about him. And when you're going into your mind, could be possibly judging him for the way his hair looks, or what he's saying, doing, how he's eating. And he can see that. He can see in your face that you're going into judging. And as soon as you go into judging, you start to lose traction with him, because he starts to feel very self-conscious. He notices you're judging. Oh, can any of you relate to that? Judging? And I'm very diligent when I'm listening to my husband speak about what he's saying, and really tuning into what he's saying so that I can ask him questions. Otherwise, I miss what he's sharing with me, and he picks up on it and notices that he says that, he said this before, and I'm guilty of it. I'm not perfect. I'm always working on improving myself. But one time he said to me, "I can tell you're not listening to me." And I was like, oh, busted. And I wasn't. I had drifted. I was thinking about something else. But I was looking at him and smiling, but I had a blank stare in my face, and he noticed it. So he called me on it, and I'm so glad he did. That's why I'm in a relationship. Relationships make you better than you are on your own, because you have a mirror. So he said something to me, and it brought me right back to the present. And I said, "I'm so sorry. You're right. I admitted it. I drifted. I'm sorry. Please, will you just repeat what you said?" And, hopefully you have a relationship, or you're building a relationship where that person will repeat what they said. I know you can all relate to that. So don't drift when you're on dates. Don't go unconscious, because you miss out on valuable information that he's sharing with you about his personality, his quirks, his deal breakers. And when you drift, you're going to miss those. And so make sure you're staying as present as possible. And the way you do this is to tune into your environment. The sounds in the environment, the smells, how you feel in your body. Use all of the things, the table. You anchor into that, because that'll help you to stay more present. And remember, whatever your intention is to get married into a committed relationship, take that seriously. Take that seriously. Don't waste your precious time. So with each date is an opportunity for you to practice being present and smiling and just having fun with it. I mean, meeting somebody new, I think dating is such an incredible personal growth experience. And when you get really good at dating, you will start to have fun on your dates, because you'll start to have success at being able to be more present, because you have these men to practice on, and they're showing up, and they're willing to provide a certain amount of comfort for you, which is a big glass of wine, or a cup of coffee, or a meal. And so they're already providing something for you. And in that space, you can get to know another human being and learn more about yourself. And really, that's what life is all about. That's what relationships are all about. Relationships are here to help us grow. And so you want to get into a healthy relationship where it's safe for you to share how you're feeling, and vice versa. Now, ladies, for those of you who are watching this that have not heard about my program, and I'm just going to look at these comments here. It truly goes both ways. Absolutely. Christina, you're right. It does go both ways. But we can raise the bar for men. We can inspire men to treat us the way we want for them to treat us by the way that we show up. So when we show up on a higher level, we raise that vibration. Men can then step into it. So that's why maybe a man isn't vibrating on that level, but if you stay on that level, they have the opportunity to rise to the occasion, right? They rise up to where you are, because I know that the dates that I went on, when I behaved that way, men do step into it, because I'm creating a space for them to step into it. I'm calling them forward to reach higher, to communicate better, to listen better. And so really it starts with you. You really set the standard and set the bar. And if you struggle with that, I have the perfect solution, and that's my Engaged at Any Age program that's coming up and starting in May. I'm really excited. I have open enrollment right now. I've already signed up. I'm over half full. So if you've wanted to work with me, this is your opportunity. Again, when I started the call, I said, nothing is promised in life. There's no guarantee that I'm going to run this program again. So I'm doing a 9 months program. It's all about empowering you to have skilled conversations so that you take away, when you graduate from my program, you're an emotionally mature, highly functional, highly skilled woman. And that's what men are looking for. I mean, you're looking for that in a man, right? You want a highly emotionally mature, emotionally available man. You need to become a match to that, so that you can live a serene and peaceful life with him. It's one thing to get the man, but then you have to keep him, and you need that skill set, especially at this point in life. If you're watching this in your 50s and your 60s, we really need this skill set because we're living longer, right? You want to have an incredible second part of your life. And so my program is designed to teach you these foundational skills while you're dating, so you can get into a committed relationship with effortless ease and result in a marriage. A lot of my clients are in committed relationships, are having that success right now, and that you can be a part of that. But you have to invest in yourself. So I'm calling the women who see the value in investing in yourself. When you invest in yourself, a man will too. It works both ways, right? When you invest in yourself, you see the value in your personal growth, and you're growing, you're going to attract a man of the caliber that you want in your life. And so I've been investing in myself for years, the last 10 years especially, to grow myself, to be able to teach what I teach, and to help women to get engaged, to get married. And I don't think that there's anything more worthwhile than investing in myself, because I feel more empowered than I've ever felt in my life. And I feel pretty much unstoppable, and I don't have any fear in my life. I don't live in fear. I know how to solve problems. I know how to address things. I know how to communicate responsibly. I know how to get the response I want from Michael. My relationships are harmonious with my children, with the people I share my lives with. I'm having an amazing amount of abundance, and my enthusiasm for life will rub off on you. I have enough enthusiasm and love to hold space for all of you. So if you're feeling inspired and you really want to have the short path to meeting your man, and you want that skill set that I teach, I'm going to post a link to my program in this comment box, and I want you to take a really good look at that and set up a call to me so that we can see if we're a good fit to work together. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for that, for all the comments here in the comment box. I appreciate it. Now, ladies, these Thursday broadcasts are going to be designed for date night videos. So if you have something that you want me to talk about during date night, please post it in the comment box so I can create a training next week for you, specifically for whatever challenges you're facing on your dates, or maybe you're not even getting on dates and you need me to talk about how to get on more dates. And if you like my channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page, and go ahead and just give me a 5-star rating. I would love that. I spend a lot of time and effort on my hair and makeup and all of this for you. I mean, partly as we dress for each other as women, right? And so I would just love that if you would do that for me, because it sends a powerful message that that you are resonating with the work. And I just appreciate all of you for being here. It means a lot to me that you show up and listen to the trainings. And I hope that you apply these tips right away. Apply them this weekend. Okay, take notes, listen to the video again. It's going to be on replay, and start applying what you're learning. Put it into action, right? It's all about taking the action. Intellectual knowledge is useless unless you apply it. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm just sending you all so much love today. Thank you for being here. Bye.